do what you can. If you're not feeling well, you can just watch because you'll have the recording to add. Oh, I need to spotlight myself to add on uh, to practice with during the week. Again, this is fun, remember? Put the pressure away. I have to tell myself that. This is the first time I've taught this program. Whereas my Tuesday class, I'm just flowing through the whole thing. I don't even have to think. And some of you know I tend to get into my own flow and I have no idea how many repetitions we just did. So I want you to put the anxiety about this away. If you feel behind, put that away. If you are distracted by life, which I know several of you are, or we all are, put that away. This is your time, and we're going to do the very best that we can. And quoting my Tai Chi master again, let's just get messy, you know? And we get best at what we practice most, and we don't do it perfect every time. So now, with all of that said, let's just walk around that room a little bit. I kind of do a little double check, make sure your space is clear. Moving the hands and fingers, taking the time to think about each other, welcome each other into class. So glad that you are here. So glad. And then come back and find your comfortable feet. At this point, you definitely know what that is. And we're going to begin our warm up with warming up our neck. So let the hands face each other, come up, then face you, and a little press, and then down. Breathing. Breathe in and out. In and out. And then let the hands float up. I don't really care which one's on top, but whichever is on top, that use that side to turn the neck. And then change hands, turning to the other side, looking to see if you can increase your motion. If you can, that's great. If not, you go where it works for you. Breathing and come down. Then begin that shoulder roll without involving the neck. Going forward, this is number 3, and then back. And come back to your ball again. And this time we will be turning the spine. You know your spine. So you turn what's good for you. Sometimes we have osteoporosis or osteopenia, and we have some limitations. So Recognize that if you fall in that category and respect your body. Come back to the center. Now we're going to the hips. This is where the hands are going to float up and then they're going to come down and press back. And we're going to put that heel out and come through to the toe. Our arms are our counterbalance. Let's do one more. And down. Shift the weight over to the other leg. And hands come up and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And come back to both feet. This is where we're going to push on the wall. So let the weight come to the side of the push and let that toe go out. And then in and to the other side. Staying right at the armpit area. And back in. Now to the knees. This is where we're going to put the heel down and then the toe and punch. No transfer of weight. And back in. Staying on the back leg. Just letting the knee warm up through bending and coming forward and back. And this time we will transfer the weight. Heel, toe, knee goes forward and punch. Pull back. Change feet. Come back in. And then let's get our ankles going with the heel, toe. Let me scoot back. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Coming to the center. Heel, toe. And don't hold your breath while you're doing this. Step down, and now it's in and out. Gentle on the knee. Back down. And back down, and then just shake all of that off. Okay, I'm going to turn my back to you, and we're going to go through the full sequence of what we know so far. I will describe more here in the beginning. Let's see, you can see me. Move up a little. Okay, comfortable feet. Hands float up, extended. Come down to make your U and the knees sink. Step out, forward, a wider stance. Back in, open and close. Shift to the left. Step into the right corner. Follow the left hand, stepping in a touch with the right, change hands. 1, wide enough step so that you can step in and still have an open stance. That was 2. 3. Hands face each other, shift to the right, step into the left corner, turn and follow the right hand, shift back, toe touch left, change hands, step out. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the center, hip palms face each other. Then the right hand extends out. We get ready to turn to the left for brush knee, a push, step up, step back, play the lute. And that's where we were last week. I almost went into the new step. Then you would have known what was coming. Okay, so we're turning the brain cells on. All right, let's go through it all again. I'm going to speak less. I'm going to change this a little bit where you can see my feet. Yeah, that gives me a little more space. Okay. Feet together. Commence Tai Chi. Making the U. Open and close. Right corner. Follow the left hand. Step in. The right. 1, 2, 3. And space. Step to the left. Follow the right. Hands face each other. The right one pushes out. Step, open that channel, push. Half step up. Step back. And play the lute. Did it flow easier that time? I'm thinking that was a big yes I just heard. All right, let's go again. We're going to keep doing this. We're going to get it all firing again. Commence Tai Chi. Open and close. One, 2, Breathe. Breathe. Right hand extends. Half step. Okay. I'm going to open the can of worms and let you ask questions. Is there a particular move that you want to review?
Can we do brush knee and play the lute one more time?
Okay. So we'll start from, we've walked to the right and then we walked to the left. And so we just finished walking to the left. The palms are facing each other. And then the right hand is going to go out and the left hand's going to go down. Okay. So the palms come in and they're facing each other. Shift to the right side and pick up the left heel. As you push that right hand out, the left hand starts to come down as you step heel toe and push. Then a half step up. Then a full step back. Hands come and face each other. The left foot comes up and then it toes down a little closer to you. The right hand is facing the left elbow. So I'm going to run through it again with all of those things said, okay? So we just finished going to the left. Press that hand out. Push. Step up. Step back. So the second move, as you stepped up, is a step back. And then the hands, the palms turn to face each other. And as they are approaching, that left foot comes up and comes back just a little. And then the heel goes down. It's a tiny move. And by then, the right hand is facing the left elbow. Did that answer the question?
Yes, much better.
Okay. Yeah, I know several of you had questions over those last two moves because part of it is y'all are all taking turns as to when you miss. So when we get back together, about half of you missed the one before and one half the one before that. So is there another particular move you'd like to see? And I'm going to take a moment and show those two moves from the chair because those moves are done face forward. And so we just did all of the walking to the left. And then we come back in, and then that hand's going to extend. This comes down here. And then we push. And then this hand comes down and extends. And the right hand is by the left elbow. So it was walking, the hands face each other, the push, then the hands face each other, and they're by the right elbow. And that's how it looks from the chair. All right, another question? If not, we need to get going. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, and then we're going to break it down. So I'm going to do it from the brush knee. So what is happening with the feet? We're going to do the feet first because it's a 3-step. So we just did the pull back with the loot. So you do, well, we're just going to do the feet. Okay. I almost have to move my hands to move my feet. So you pick the toe up and that foot, and as you set it down, you turn the toe out. That's step number 1. And then, you move forward on it. That's number 1. Then coming through, that toe is pointed out also. Now, your out and my out can be totally different. That depends on your knee, on your hip, on your ankle. So, as you would want about a 45. If you can't do that, that's not a problem. And then when you shift forward on that one, when the 3rd step comes through, it is pointed straight forward. So you're at the loot, and then that left foot comes up and turns out. 1, 2, out. 3 is forward, and the half step. Okay, let's do that again. So we're at the loot. The left foot comes up, turns out. The right foot turns out. The left foot goes forward and a half step. Okay. So our hands are like our feet in that the first 2 things that we do with our hands are the same. And then that 3rd step that then turns forward, our hands do a little something different. So I will show you from the front what the hands look like. So we're at the loot, and this is just to show you so you can see the angles. So they're going to turn where the top hand faces down, the bottom hand faces up. Pretty simple, right? And then that bottom hand is going to push through, and they're going to turn again, and the left hand's going to push through. And at this point, they become soft fists. That left arm comes in like you're going to do a block. The right hand is down at the hip. It comes over the top and does a punch. And with the open part up. And back to fists in Tai Chi are soft. I can see through them. They're not a fighting fist. They're a soft fist. Because, if we tense things up or we straighten out hard, we block the flow. So the soft fists allow the energy to continue through. And so we're at the loot. And then I'm not going to do my feet. The hands are going to roll. Bottom is going to come through. They're going to roll. Bottom is going to come through. They're going to become fists. Left arm comes in, right arm comes over the top. And it stops at about halfway up the forearm. I'm going to take this bracelet off because it catches on my watch. Okay, let's do the hands one more time. We're at the lute. We flip them over. Bottom hand pushes through. We flip. Bottom hand presses through. And this time when we flip, we get our fists. And then it comes through halfway. It's on the wrist of the left hand, but it's halfway up the forearm of the right side. Okay. Okay. So we're going to put all of that together. So we're at the lute. Hands flip as we lift this foot and turn it out. It presses through. The back leg comes through and is pressing out, pointing out. This hand comes through. The foot is forward. We turn into fists. Push the punch. And a half step. Okay. Let's do it again. The hardest thing for me to remember, and I'm going to point it out because I don't know if anyone else is having this. When I punch, I want to punch this away, but it's this away. So make sure that the hole in your fingers is up, not across. I tend to do this, and then I have to do that. So when the hand comes up, it should be like this. And you can see I'm at my wrist, and I'm halfway up the forearm. Hole up. Okay. Let's do it one more time and then see if you have any questions. All right, so we're at the lute. Hands flip as we turn that foot. And I did it right after pointing it out to you. All right, do you have any questions?
So is the left hand, we've got when the right hand crosses, it's up like you just told us. But yes, that's going,
It's like a
okay.
block, like
Okay.
someone's coming in charging me with a move. It's a block. But you can see how far it is out from my chest. It's literally a 45-degree at my elbow. And then this one comes across. This is me answering that person that was coming in.
Okay.
If you want to know the Tai Chi fighting version. Yes, Miss Hannah.
My inclination, it's very strong inclination, is to do the punch, the right arm under the
I
left.
know.
Do I
I
have
had
to
it too.
force myself to do the upper?
Yep, you sure do.
Okay.
And you get that by practicing. I had the same thing when I studied this to take for my certification. I wanted to go underneath.
It just feels more natural.
I know it makes this arm feel too high
Yes.
to me. That was the thing for me. And it was kind of like I'm going to block and then I'm going to hit you in the gut.
That's right. I have that same
It's the
feeling.
fighter in you, Hannah.
maybe.
You used to be a fighter, but no, it's this and a step up. And you just have to, just like I have to not do this and do this, you just have to do it and do it and do it and do it. But that's a great thing to point out. I'm glad you did because I had the same inclination. All right. Any other questions? Okay, then let's start from the brush knee, the lute, and then add that 3-step with the punch on top. I'm going to give myself a little more room. I keep running into the wall. Okay, so you're shifting over to the right, stepping out. Remember that channel, push, half step. Then the half step goes right back. Flip the hands, turn the toe out. Flip the hands, turn the toe out. Let the hands become fists. Toe is straight. Punch and a half step. And then to conclude, you step back and the hands come down. So that is the way we will conclude when we're this far through the routine.
Both
Yeah.
fists are up at the end. Both fists are up at the end.
The fists are here.
Just the one hand is up. The
Yes.
right hand. Okay.
Because this one's in a blocking position.
So that one's
think
down.
about,
Gotcha.
So it's in a block. So
Mhm.
your knuckles are on top.
Right.
This
Got
one
it.
is this
Okay.
way.
Okay.
Good question again. Yeah. I know it's hard for y'all to see because I don't know if you're on iPads or phones or, I would hope a computer screen but not everybody is. So I can see how that would be hard to determine. So I'm glad you asked. Another question, Mary Jo, you got a question?
I do
MJ?
have a question. Can you just show? I don't know what to do with my hands. I hear what you're saying, but I'm not sure I'm flipping them correctly. Or are they soft and out? Or I'm trying to do the ball accidentally.
Okay. Are you talking about when we're doing the steps?
When you're the flat hands before parry and before the punch.
Yeah.
Before
Parry
the
and punch. Very good using the correct name. Yes, the hands are open. They're not a hard flat, and the fingers are soft. It's easier to see it against my black. The fingers are soft, and the hands are open, and it's almost like you're asking for something or you're giving something. So they're like this, and then this one comes through, and then this one comes through, and then they turn over, and then they become fists and come through. Did that help seeing it up close?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're soft, open. So he actually describes it about thinking about your rolling pin. To me, it's more like playing with a little ball. So the bottom hand pushes forward, they shift over, bottom hand goes forward, they shift over, this one goes forward, they become fists and punch. And thanks to MJ, you now know the name of the move is parry and punch. I don't think I said that. Okay, any other questions? All right, I'm going to go back to where we are getting ready for brush knee. So let's keep doing these 3 together. until it flows much easier for you. But details are important. So like knowing that that hand is soft and open, that's an important thing to know. So I'm glad that question was asked. Okay, so we just finished the last. Hands face each other. We step out, push, step up, step back. Pushing through, flip them over, push through, flip them to fist, and punch. Oh, I'm sorry. Punch, step back, and hands come down. And then when the hands come down, that's when you straighten your knees, because we're always in this bent knee. So when you step back, you're still even in that bent knee. And then you stand. All right. Another question? All right, I'm going to get a drink of water and we're going to go from the very beginning and add having that piece on the end. Well, you guys have amazed me of how easily you've picked this one up. I'm just really proud of you. All right. Commence Tai Chi. Me and the fiddle leaf fig back there were dancing. All right. How'd that feel? Is it starting to flow? Is it starting to flow in the beginning and you get about 2/3 in and then you have to start thinking? Because if you're not having to think in that first 2/3, we're really making progress. So eventually it'll all come where it just all flows together. That half step up, that follow step, that's not something I had ever done before either. Very much like the hands with the palms out, for hands like clouds. So several different things in this form, the Sun style. Okay, you have a question? Anybody? Any portion you want to review? A particular move with feet or hands? Is everybody tired?
I have a question,
Okay.
sort of a question. Have you ever considered having a mirror um, on that back wall?
Yes,
Is that not, does that work or is that more
it
confusing?
does. And I had the greatest of intentions of getting one this last week, and
Oh,
it did not enter my mind again until this morning when I set the room up. Lots of other things happened.
I understand.
It's just no. So yes, um, if we were in a proper studio, that whole wall back there would be mirror.
Right.
And you would all be watching yourselves as well as seeing the front of me. So what we have to use is like a dressing mirror, um, because it has to be portable. So yes, Goldie, thank you for that. And I appreciate that as a reminder. Um, oh, thank you, Deb. Yeah, anything else? Let me look down here at the chat. I haven't looked in a while. I'm gonna get my glasses. Well, I'll do the whole thing from the front, but I'm going to tell those people that don't want to see it from the front, turn your back to me and go through it and let me thank y'all. I'll show it to you from the front, and you can turn your back to me and go through it if you want to, or you can just close your eyes and rest a minute because it can be extremely confusing. Okay. Commence Tai Chi. It's 1, 2, 3, oh, sorry. I stumbled around a bunch during that one. Don't really know why. It even confuses me to turn around. Ellen, you have a question?
I don't have a question. I'm just
Okay.
ready to comment. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw you were unmuted, so I thought you might have a question. All right. So let's see here. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any questions, I'm just so pleased that you caught that last, the parry and punch as easily as you did. I'm thrilled. And that you must have also been able to pick up the last couple of weeks where you had miss several of you. So let's just go ahead and cool down a minute. So get a little body tapping going here. Your quads work very hard in this particular routine. And then I like to also get back in my hamstrings. And then just come in and tense the hands and then let them relax and tense the hands. Letting go. And then taking a moment. Gather that energy. Pull it in. And press it down. One more. We didn't start with that again today. With this cool down, warm up and cool down, it starts a little differently.
For next time, can we stress or can you stress when to breathe in and when to breathe out, especially towards the end, but actually all the way through?
Okay, but maybe with that particular new set of moves, do you want to go over that?
Can wait till next week, or if you have time.
It won't take a second.
Okay.
So, we've come to the lute. So we're going to pick this foot up. We're going to turn the hands over. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. So I wouldn't say that there is a particular pattern that goes with those moves like most everything else we do. So I think as long as you concentrate on your taking in a big breath, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, that works. So a full breathe in and breathe out. I just do it. And so many of y'all, I know you know how to breathe. So I kind of forget about it sometimes. So you're here, hands roll over, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. That works. So you've got a full cycle with each of the steps.
But the punch is definitely a breathe out.
Out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because and in fighting technique, if you were breathing in right there, you're losing power. So it's when you're coming through breathing out, you're giving it all you've got. So that's part of fighting technique of Tai Chi. Yeah. So each, you bet. Thank you for asking. Each step has a full cycle of in and out. And yes, I do forget to cue that in these classes. I'm thinking so much about hands and feet. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. Yes. Great. Thank you all. I will get a mirror this week. I really meant to have it for today, but I didn't think about it till I set up. I left an even bigger note to myself. Okay, well, there's a lot to practice there. I'm going to stop the recording.